guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to Ashire Books. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on When It's Real by Erin. I'm going to kind of break it up into a few different sections like I did before. So I'm going to kind of give like an overall synopsis, then talk a little bit about the characters and then the plot, and then just kind of any general feelings. So let's get started. To start off with, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to expect from this book. It's by Erin, who is the writing duo that wrote the Paper Princess series, and I love that series. But I just wasn't sure because this is their first kind of foray into young adult, because the other ones are definitely, I mean, they may be considered YA, but they're definitely more mature YA going into like new adult, whereas this one is definitely more of a traditional YA novel. But I really enjoyed it. So first, let's just talk about the synopsis. So this book is about a rock star, a teenage rock star named Oakley Ford, and he's kind of your stereotypical, you know, he got signed really young, he has kind of like superstar actor and actress parents, so he made it big by the time he was like 16. So now in this book he's about 19 now, and he's kind of gone through a bit of a like party boy stage, and he's trying to get out of it, and they really want to like revamp his image. So his management team decides it's a good idea to kind of hook him up with a fake girlfriend, because what better way to fix your image than to date kind of the girl next door. So they want to find someone who's just got a squeaky clean image and have them date, and they think that's gonna fix kind of his image, because he's about to come up with a new album, or he's writing it, and he wants like a different sound and doesn't really want to be judged for his past mistakes. So in comes our female lead, Vaughn. So Vaughn is chosen through kind of interesting means to be the person who Oakley is going to fake date. And I thought it was really interesting because I think this concept could have gone downhill very quickly. I think it could have been so cheesy and so just not good. But I loved Vaughn. I feel like her and Oakley both were written so well that it kind of saved the cheesiness of it. So Vaughn starts dating him, and then it kind of just follows. Then obviously fake dating could potentially turn into real dating, but that's kind of where the story starts, at least. Okay, next let's talk a little bit about the characters. So the two main leads are Oakley and Vaughn. So as I said, Oakley is your stereotypical rock star, but I will say, and I don't know if it's because we got to read from his point of view or if he was just written very well, but I really related to him more than I think you usually relate to someone who's like famous, or you know, an actor, an actress, or a singer. So I really thought he was very real. I mean, he seemed very relatable, and you know, there's a lot going on with his family, and it's not always as easy as it looks. He's had a lot to deal with. You know, he became famous so quickly, so young, and his parents being actors, he's never really known like a real life. So he is a little bit spoiled and a little, I don't know, like bratty, I guess you could say at times. But when you take in mind kind of his upbringing, it's not really that surprising or that out of character. So I kind of got past it. I really liked Oakley from the first page. I mean, this book really hooked me, and I think it's because the characters, I'm definitely a character reader, and I loved him. He was just kind of swoon worthy, especially when he started like writing the music and kind of delving into the studio, and he'd been kind of having this writer's block at the beginning of the story, and he just kind of starts getting a little bit more inspired when he meets Vaughn, and it's just really fun to read. I really enjoyed it. And then the second character is Vaughn, and Vaughn is pretty much the last person who would want to date a celebrity. Like, many other girls would probably throw themselves at this opportunity to date Oakley Ford, but she really has no interest in it whatsoever. However, her family is going through a bit of a rough time. Her parents passed away a couple of years ago. Oakley is 19 in this, and Vaughn, I believe, is 17 at the beginning at least, and she turns 18 in it. But her parents passed away, and so her older sister and her are kind of having to step up and kind of help provide for their two younger brothers. And so basically, she's kind of bought into the situation, because through means I don't really want to spoil, but she gets offered to be paid a large amount of money to become Oakley's fake girlfriend. And only problem is Vaughn does already have a boyfriend. I will say, because when I first read that, I was a little worried that there was going to be cheating. And I'm not usually good with that, obviously. It just really bothers me in books. But I will say that this one was done very well, and there was definitely reasoning behind everything, and there was no actual like cheating. She wasn't doing anything she shouldn't have been doing with Oakley when she was with her boyfriend. And there's definitely more to the story with the boyfriend as well, so which you will see. But I really liked her. She was so real. She did not care what anyone thought of her. You know, the management team was wanting to change her image, and she was just kind of like, I'm not changing my image. I like my ripped jeans and my t-shirts. Don't come near me with, you know, more expensive, like name brand things and, you know, very expensive items that she didn't feel she needed. She was basically in this just to help her family, and she was going to kind of sacrifice not her freedom, but a lot of her freedom and her spare time, and a lot of her freedom of not being in the press. She really did not really love the idea of being in everyone's, you know, magazine or tabloid. But she really thought she would sacrifice it for her family, and I really liked that she was willing to give up so much for her family. I just thought her character was a solid character. And again, the two of them together were so cute. They had definitely bickered. Erin Watt writes dialogue really well, and she writes it so it sucks you in and it makes you feel like you're there, and it makes you feel like these are real people. And it just was so witty and funny, and I think there's just something about their dialogue that really draws me in. I read this book pretty quickly, actually, and it just was really, really good. I don't know what else to say about that. Kind of to wrap up, that's probably as much as I'm going to go into this book for now, just because I do want to keep it non-spoiler, and I think if I say too much more it might spoil it. It's in premise a really basic storyline, you know, pop star, regular girl, they meet, they become friends, and then maybe something else. But I just feel like this was a really good book. And you know when you read one of those books and you don't know exactly why you liked it so much? I mean, I picked this up thinking it'd probably be like a good book, but not like a great book, but I really enjoyed it. So I think it was just the characters. So if you're interested in reading any kind of contemporary romance, YA romance, or something with a rock star and, you know, kind of more normal, regular girl, definitely pick this up. Give Erin Watt a chance. Don't be put off also if you don't like the more steaminess that was in the Paper Princess series. This one definitely didn't have that level of steaminess. It was definitely more of a YA romance. So definitely give it a shot. I highly recommend it for anyone who likes contemporary romance, and I just think a lot of people would like this book. Okay guys, that's going to be the end of my review for When It's Real by Erin Watt. Let me know down below if you have read it, and if you have, what your thoughts were. I'd love to know. I always love to know what other people think of the books that I like, or if you didn't like it, let me know that too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye.